So Lucas, I get to speak to the winner of the very first Formula E race. It's been about a week since then. What are your thoughts afterwards? What kind of feedback have you gotten? It's a pretty cool distinction.
Thanks. It was a great event. I'm very happy to be the first ever winner of the Formula E. And well, the car is pretty tricky to drive. We had a good fight on track, and as you might have seen the end of the last lap video, I was on the right time at the right place, and managed to get that victory, which was, I think, one of the most important victories of my career.
Talk about the Formula E car being all-electric, high technology. Here in the WC with the P1 Audi, you work with hybrid systems, halving energy. Does that help at all with what you have to do with the Formula E car? Because you also helped develop that.
This first year, all the Formula E cars are exactly the same. So at the moment, there is none of Audi technology into that car. But from year 2 onwards, there is a possibility to develop your own parts inside the Formula E project, even your own car if you want to. So it depends how the manufacturers will join, and if eventually if Audi will do their own car. But if they do, if the Audi decides to do their own car, then yes, there's a lot of technologies that we can use from the LMP1 car, which is much more advanced.
With the P1 car, you have a very busy steering wheel with lots of things to manipulate, but there's also a lot of automation that increases. The Formula E car, it seemed like you're having to do a lot of things manually on the steering wheel. Just tell me about the differences there of having to actively manage those resources.
Yeah, the LMP car is much more complex. There is much more resources to play with than the Formula E. But on the other hand, what the LMP car does automatically, so the computer already know where the car is in the track and automatically set up the car as it goes. We have to do in Formula E everything by ourselves. So where you want to regen energy, where you want to apply it, how much power you want to use here and there. So yeah, it's quite a lot of work on top of driving itself.
Last question, and I specialize in stupid questions, so hopefully you'll enjoy this. So you already race professionally for Audi with one of the quietest cars in motor racing, and then you climb in Formula E, which is even quieter. Do you just not like noise?
Not really, no. It's I don't know which is quieter, the Formula E or the LMP, in the same speed. That's actually quite funny. I think just the pitch is different. But the noise doesn't bother me that much, and also if you're racing with an open monocoque, there is much more wind noise than actually anything else, even with a combustion engine. So yeah, it changes nothing. The gear shift is you change by the lights or by the beep, the braking points, the references. People who says about changing gears or carrying the speed with the sound, all that passion about the sound of motorsport has never driven a proper race car. You don't really need the sound to go quick. Although I have to say, I am against what happens in F1. I think F1 has to have. I think F1, because it's the pinnacle of what should be more aggressive, the quickest car ever. I think it should have had more the V10, the V8 spirit, and proper full power, non-hybrid. And while you leave the hybrid and the commercial automation and everything for the Formula E and for the LMP cars.